Hello, one and all. Welcome to the new Game.Changer channel, brought to you by Twilight Chrono AMV. You all know me from my other channel, or may not know me, and for you newcomers, I bid you adieu. Or welcome. That was wrong. But what we're actually going to be doing here on this channel is a bunch of gameplay footage, basically a bunch of Let's Plays and everything from my vast game collection through Steam, from my Japanese PlayStation 2 collection, my Japanese PlayStation 3 collection, and a bunch of PS4 stuff, and a bunch of game-related news and reviews, and all that good stuff. And for those of you who wish to contribute to the new channel, then please submit your comments down below or on the comment section of this page with ideas for where you would like to see this channel go, and I will be sure to take a look at them, and I'll try to do my best to get the content you want to see out there as fast as possible. Today I'm going to take you through a Japanese game of mine. It'll be in several parts. It'll be the whole run through. As you can see, I'm on my Japanese PS2 right now, and yes, it is an actual Japanese PS2. I will supply if the thumbnail isn't up, but you should see a picture of me holding the Japanese game with the Japanese PS2 in the background. It's an actual Japanese PS2, not an emulator, and I actually own all these games I've ordered, and I'm just a big collector. So, and I hope you guys enjoy the gameplay. During the cutscenes and talking cutscenes of the game, I will not be talking so you can hear and everything. So, without further ado, let us begin the gameplay. Go ahead and stick in the disc here. It will become apparent what game we are going to be playing for the channel's very first game series. So, welcome to the premiere episode of Game.Changer Plays. Actually, that's not a fitting name. Actually, let's call it Big Plays. Big Plays. Alright. So, today, what we are going to be playing is, if it isn't obvious to you already, I will be taking you through Japanese version of Rechain of Memories with a bunch of added content. This is called the definitive version of Rechain of Memories. It came boxed with my Japanese version of Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix Plus, and it's actually in a 2-disc box, which actually surprised me when I got it, because I had no idea it was going to be 2 games when I got it. So here we go. I'm going to take you through a rundown of the game. Actually, I run down the whole game. So I hope you do enjoy the gameplay, and if you do enjoy, smack that like button and let me know your thoughts. I may be a little rusty, by the way, so I'll let you enjoy the opening, the Japanese opening. I might even throw in my own little title sequence here. And for those of you wanting to know, I am actually using my Pinnacle recorder and playing off my TV. Alright guys, there was your fancy intro. A nice Japanese version, which I just think is so much better than the American version. Then again, a majority of the time it almost always is. Now, if you remember from Kingdom Hearts 1, this is where Kingdom Hearts 1 ended. With them running off and then them coming to a path that is split 4 ways in their search for King Mickey and Riku. And this is where it takes off. Remade and glorious audio video cables for the PS2. I'm going to try my best to shine up this footage and make it look as best as possible, because God, this looks crappy on a high definition TV. I'll clean up the footage as best I can, like I do my A and B. But here you go, enjoy.
ただし、それを手に入れるには大切な何かを失うことになる。
And there be Namine for those of you who have played Kingdom Hearts 2. For those of you who have not, I will try not to, reveal too many spoilers, since Kingdom Hearts 3 is confirmed for the PS4 and the Xbox One. I will have to say I'm a little bit disappointed that it is going to the Xbox One. Sadly, yes, it's great that it's going to a wider fan base, but I don't approve of the game going to a company's console that has no rights to any of the characters in the game whatsoever, period. And it just boggles my mind. It makes sense that it went to Nintendo, since Final Fantasy originally came from Nintendo, and Disney games are pretty prevalent on Nintendo as well. But it doesn't make any sense, and since Sony bought the rights, that's why it's on Sony. But for those of the people at Microsoft, they don't. It's hard to explain, articulate. I just don't believe that they should have a game where they have no rights to any of the characters in the said game. Microsoft has no affiliation with anything in Kingdom Hearts, and that's what makes me mad. I may get downvoted for this, but whatever. I'm happy it's being opened up to a wider fan base and more people can enjoy the game. But that just may be and don't label me as a Sony fanboy. I'm not really a Sony fanboy. I'm a Sony fanboy, but I'm also a Microsoft fanboy. But I'm a Microsoft fanboy in terms of PC, not the Xbox.
ねえ、勝手に入っていいの？
探している人はいる気がするよ。
王様がいるの？
そう決まったわけじゃないよ。あったよ。
なんだ。でも僕もなんとなくそんな気がしてたんだよね。
本当か？俺もだぞ。この城を見たとき、俺も感じた。大切な友達がここにいる。
あ、いや、僕たち気が合うね。
ちょっと待った。気が合うということでは済まないぞ。
どうして君に？ひょっとして？
ああ、私もなんだ。私も同じことを感じたんだよ。
やっぱり僕たち気が合うんだね。
でもちょっと変だよ。調べてみよう。
そうだな。
いきなり行っちゃうよ。
だって調べるんだろ。怖いのか？
そんなことあるの？そう、ウフ。
だったら入ってきたドアをちゃんと閉めておかなくっちゃね。そら！
Goofy and Donald's Japanese voices never cease to amaze me.
お前、さっきの。
ハートでした。よーし、どう呼ばれるぜ。ファイヤー。あれ？ファイヤー！ファイヤー！ブレザード！シャッター！ 魔法が使えないよ。
まだ気づかないのか。この城に入った瞬間にお前たちは技も魔法も全て忘れ去った。手に入れる代わりに失い、失う代わりに手に入れる。それが忘却の城だ。
忘却の城。
この城でお前たちは懐かしい人物と大切な人物と出会うだろう。
大切なリクか。リクがここにいるのか。
会いたいか。会いたければ。
God, I hate my Alexia.
こいつ。
お前の記憶に触れただけだ。そして作り出した。大切な存在に再会したければ。
なんだよこのカード。
それが再会の約束となるだろう。カードをかざせば扉は開き、新しい世界が広がる。進むがいい空。手に入れて失うために、あるいは失って手に入れるために。
行こうみんな。
Alright, now for this particular video playthrough, this particular part, we're actually going to finish going through the first floor, the first few doors of this before I have to call this session quits, you know, and get ready for part 2. Sadly, the opening to this game will take up the majority of part 1, as it is a tutorial. The thing you gotta get used to with a Japanese PS2 is the fact that the buttons are X and circle are reversed. So in the American version of Kingdom Hearts, circle version, circle button is jump and X is attack. In this one, X is jump and circle is attack. So yeah, there's always that. Thing is, what are your impressions of the HD remixes that are coming out, especially the 2.5 HD remix on its way out with Birth by Sleep? For those of you who have played Birth by Sleep, how are you going to enjoy playing it on the PS3 when it comes out? Me personally, I am so happy that Birth by Sleep is getting put on the console, for the simple fact that I loved every second of Birth by Sleep, and it was sad that I had to keep my eyes glued to a very small screen. Birth by Sleep was by far a console game on a portable system. It would play better on a console than it would on the PSP. And sometimes it just sucked because you couldn't really see what exactly was going on in Birth by Sleep due to the small screen. So I am indeed happy that it is coming to the PS3. The problem is, I don't know whether they're going to HD remaster or HD remix Birth by Sleep, or if they are just going to upscale it. I'm not entirely sure myself. So I would also like your thoughts on this. Do you think they're going to upscale it, or do you think they're just going to remix it and fix the graphics completely for the PS3? Obviously, they're going to do like they did with Kingdom Hearts 1.5 remix. And, you know, just, it looked like they just, you know, did a few touch-ups here and there, and a few graphical fixes and a few bug fixes. You know, let's hope that's not the case with Birth by Sleep. I really hope they do more than just upscale. I would really like an actual remaster, or remake, as you will. Same game, just updated the PS3 graphics. Granted, it won't look anywhere near as good as the gameplay footage from Kingdom Hearts 3 on the PS4 looks, but it'll still look really good compared to the original. You could definitely tell the difference in 1.5 compared to the original. It was just a big major difference, and I'm hoping to see that same major difference on the 2.5 remix. For the simple fact is, Birth by Sleep is a newer game compared to Kingdom Hearts, the original, and so it should look better by comparison, way better than its PSP counterpart. The thing with Chain of Memories is a lot of people didn't like the battle system in this. But the thing is, a lot of people also don't realize that you needed to play Chain of Memories on the Game Boy Advance when it first came out to understand the story of what was going on in Part 2 when Part 2 came out. Because if you remember, a lot of people were complaining about the cutscene, the opening musical cutscene for Kingdom Hearts 2. They were confused as to why, when did all this happen? When did he meet, who's this girl? Why is he asleep? When they finally get to him after the 6th day or 7th day on Kingdom Hearts 2, why you get to Sora and he's asleep. They didn't understand why he was asleep. And in order to understand that, you needed to play Chain of Memories. Which I think is why they remade it for the PS2, because so many people did not play the advanced version. A majority of people thought Chain of Memories on the Advance was a spin-off and not a direct sequel to the first, which it was. Chain of Memories is essentially Kingdom Hearts 1.5. It's not Kingdom Hearts 2, it's 1.5. It's the in-between story of 1 and 2. And back then, a lot of people did not understand that. And that is why I think they did remake it on the PS2. And it was a good remake. I enjoy the battle system in this game. I think it's a refreshing thing for Kingdom Hearts for them to explore new things, for them to try new things with a formula that worked in its predecessor and would have worked in this one, but they decided to go a different route. And it was refreshing to see. It made you use more strategy instead of just get powered up and run up and beat on somebody till they're dead. And carry an infinite amount of health pots, to keep healing yourself. And I think having to use strategy in fights in a game like this is tantamount to, let's say, Final Fantasy being able to use summons. So it all comes down to what you like in your games. Me personally, I enjoy the combat and the system. The story in this game was amazing, even on the Game Boy Advance. Also, and back then when Chain of Memories came out on the Game Boy Advance, a lot of people beat the game and was like, that's it? But, they didn't bother going back playing the New Game Plus. And if you went back and played the New Game Plus, you played Riku's side of the story. And the same is true for this. This game is just fun. It's a nice diversion from what we're used to. And it's just to fill the gap and void while people wait for the next installment. Now, what kind of games do you guys like? Do you guys prefer, combat systems like this, or do you prefer something a little more traditional? Like, let's say Final Fantasy or Grandia. Actually, Grandia is going to be a topic of discussion on another day. I can tell you that right now, because Grandia is by far my #1 favorite RPG series. A lot of people haven't played it, and it's underrated, and it's probably not known to a lot of people. For those, Grandia 1 you can get on the PlayStation Store for $10. The original, on the PlayStation Store, and then Grandia 2 is by far my favorite of all the Grandias. Ryudo, Millennia, Merrig, you know, Elena, Rowan, you know, just those characters I just felt absolutely in love with. And it's when the game ended, I was sad. And when you're sad that a game ends or when you're truly sad when a character dies, you know, it means the company has done a good job at making the game and making you fall in love with those characters and making you care about what happens to them. That's what makes a great game. Not whether it plays well or whether the story is good. If you fall in love with the characters and you really love the characters and something happens to them and you feel the same emotional effects as they do when said stuff happens, you know, then the game succeeds, in my opinion. I'm just going around here and checking to see if there's any monsters that are going to pop up. Actually, we're going to go over here and we're going to switch up the axis. There we go. God, that damn circle button. Alright guys, we're going to stop this playthrough right here, this part. I hope you enjoyed. If you did enjoy the playthrough, please smack that like button, leave a comment, let me know what you think. Let me know what you want to see in the future, and me and my team will be happy to get it to you. I may have a special guest for the next go around, so stay tuned, and we will see you next time on Game Changer.